Now for more on the Israeli-Hamas war, let's bring in Israeli government spokesperson Avi Hyman. Avi, welcome.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me, and Merry Christmas to you and all of the viewers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. What is the latest on the ground operation in Gaza?
Well, we've done a lot of work, as you know, on the north. We're coming close to having taken control of large swaths of the north. We're going south now. You saw, as you reported, there's heavy fighting in the heart of Khan Yunis, which is a very key stronghold of Hamas. And what we're finding is maybe a shock to some of the people in the international world, but not to us. What we're finding in schools, in hospitals, in mosques is unbelievable. Just they cleared out a school today, thousands of weapons and grenades and military gear and bulletproof vests, some of which even had UN insignia on. We know who we're up against. This is Hamas, that brutal terror organization that plowed through our borders on October 7th, killing children in front of their parents, parents in front of their children, dismembering, raping. We must plow forward until we defeat them.
The United Nations says a quarter of the people in Gaza, more than 500,000 people, are starving. What can be done about that?
Well, we call upon the United Nations and the international community to up their game on that front. We don't want a scenario by which Hamas is allowed to steal goods that are coming in, aid that is coming in for the people of Gaza. Our fight is not with the people of Gaza. Our fight is with Hamas. We want to free Gaza from Hamas. And what we've seen time and again is two things. Firstly, the aid comes in and Hamas attacks the aid and steals it and takes it for their own people to hide it underground in those underground tunnels. And the second thing is the international community is sadly not doing enough. There is a lot more aid that could go through if they moved forward and increased the amounts that they're pushing through. But instead, it's easy to point a finger at Israel when we're trying to do our utmost to win this war, to bring home the hostages, and to minimize civilian casualties on both sides.
The Washington Post reports that President Biden and Prime Minister Netanyahu are not on the same page on a number of key issues. For example, quote, in the days after the deadly October 7 attack by Hamas, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a request for President Biden. Could he pressure the Egyptian president to open his country's borders and take in a big portion of the more than 2 million Palestinians in Gaza? Biden told Netanyahu the idea was a non-starter with the Egyptian government. So how do you crush Hamas when so many civilians are there with nowhere to go?
Mike, as you know, from the beginning of the war, we have implemented a strategy that no army has done in modern warfare. Initially, when we came for the north, we said move southwest to the safer zones. And now we've actually provided a map that says, that delineates specific neighborhoods. And we say, we're coming for that neighborhood, please vacate. I don't know of any army that would lose the element of surprise so as to avoid civilian casualties. So on the key points, we are on the same page as the American administration. And those key points are Hamas must be destroyed, totally destroyed politically and militarily. They can no longer lead Gaza. And secondly, every one of those hostages needs to come home. And we would pray that they come home right now. They need to be with their families right now. There is no reason to hold babies and the elderly hostage in Gaza.
Avi Hyman, we know it's been a difficult weekend for your ground forces going into Gaza. Our condolences to you on that front, and I'm grateful for your time today, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.